Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Good morning. Oh my gosh. Let's put that E-mini back up. How's it going? We have a big week ahead of ourselves. Let's go to the charts, and I will explain why. Well, on Friday evening, oh my, did we run this move right here? Whew. That was a move. That right there, that was a move. That was huge. I was like, that's too far. That's too far. And then what happens? We open up and we get this. What the heck? It's huge. All right, well, let's see here. Algo Lover's got some numbers for us. CB did manage to retrace, as you mentioned, but also found its way to the 130 target. Yes, did. Hold above 130.25 targets, 130, 10 half, 130, 02 half, fails before trading up to that target, then anticipated deeper pullback. ES buyers will need to hold the market above 29.70 to hold the range, and for any potential higher, if 29.70 breaks before trading to new highs, then anticipate a deeper pullback. Thank you for that. And my headphones are like going. I think I need. I'm pretty sure that the headphones themselves are okay, but I think that my audio interface connection, whatever, within my Blue Yeti is wiggling loose, and I don't hear as much out of my right ear. Anyways, E-mini. Where are we? I need a pointer here. E-mini. Okay. A little bit lower. It's not like the end of the world over there, but I mean, pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. And what is the reason for all this? Well, they are, of course, worried about trade war stuff. Oh, you know what else we forgot to do, guys? Desk. Turn on the light. Oh, so much better. Now, that said, it looks pretty sparse for a Monday. They're trading just about normal. Didn't see anything terribly crazy on the open. So let's just kind of keep it, relaxed. And they're selling that over half. I think I want to buy that. I think so. Especially if it's going to give me a... Oh, I don't need this one. This one was just... Oh. We do. We need to change something on this. Well... Let's not. Let's delete. Let's get rid of this one. We'll do it with this one. Want to get some pictures of stuff. Also, I need to go in here and get my... Alligator says, super weak Euro PMI. Uzi. Not ZNZT. The recent NT8 update fixed the ZT issues. Oh, really? Oh, how come I'm not getting my... Oh, I know why. View docs. Reload it. There we go. Auto read. Okay, so Germany close to a recession, maybe as soon as Q4. I thought that they were technically already, they were already in a manufacturing recession, weren't they? Mm. Which one of these was the one that I used for like... No, it wasn't that one. It was that one. Copy. All right, let me go. Want to do something here. Okay. How come it's not reading out what you're saying? And it was released back in May. I don't know why I didn't get the alert on the platform. Maybe I selected don't show me this again in the past. Yeah, right? It should be reading it out. It's not reading it out. What's wrong? What's wrong? Look at that in a second. Oh, is it wanted to find an example stream video? Hold on a second. Good morning, IQ. How are you? I wonder if my bot is not working because... Yes, this one. Let's do this one. Let's sell that, ZB. You want to sell it? I really liked that 8K iceberg, but they took it off her. Let's see if they take a bid again. All right. I don't know, Uzi. That, oh, there's something wrong. An invalid token was provided. Did I really? I did not. Hold on. I think I know what's wrong. I think I know what I broke. DDS. Where is it? Oh, node. DDS bot. I think in the back end, I deleted the settings. Yep. Ah! Oh, that's so bad. Okay. Am I logged in? No, that's not the one that I want. Hold on. Stick with me here, folks. Stick with me here, folks. Oh my gosh. I am so disorganized. All right. Hold on. I'll be right back. Disorder. Yo, dude, it would mean the world if you could react to my lo-fi edit and give feedback. I will click that and check it out in a bit. Oh, where is it? So Restream is kind of being weird and isn't showing me where people are responding. But are you just going around spamming your music? Because I love lo-fi stuff. And I don't know how you knew that I love lo-fi, but lo-fi is great stuff. So thank you for sharing. I would definitely check it out, even though it seems like you're a dirty spammer and you should be ashamed of yourself. Okay, so we were trying to find. Okay. We were trying to find our Discord key. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Now, developers. Save. Now we will close the windows. And we will restart it. No, it did not like it still. He's down for the count. Control C. Control C. Did I not save it? Save. Starting. Guys, we might just be without it today. Why does it not like the token? That's frustrating. Well, in the meantime, our trade is going okay. I mean, it's still at 04.5, which is pretty crazy. Am I trying to copy the wrong thing? Font, token, maybe it's this token. Yeah, that one actually. That maybe that's it. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Okay.
YouTube IQ looks like line in the sand for ZB is 29 2866 versus 2200.
Yes. Isn't that so much better, guys? Don't you feel better? Feel more at home? That beautiful, lovely voice that's 100% synthesized by Google. Well, they took 04 half offer again, and they're shoving 2,000 contracts on top of it. And even though there was some iceberging there again. So, they might try and hit 04. Would not be unusual for them to trade 04, even 03 half, and then come back up and then push up. Also, the 30 year is moving a lot more. New York Fed accepts $65 billion in bids submitted at overnight repo operation. Okay, so there they hit it again, and there's iceberging at 04, and they tick back up. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's funny. Oh, 04 is still not stacking a ton. I don't know, folks. And it gave me a signal even too. Look at that. Signal and an iceberg. But it's Monday. I mean, if it doesn't work out, it's okay. Bitcoin's still not looking terribly happy. We're below 10K again. Starting the week below 10K. They could extend. Well, now there's another iceberg at 03 half. And it's doing it in the 5-year as well. They might flip back up now. This is tense. I should probably be finding more things to talk about, but this is tense. Look, man. So is there going to be another 5K iceberg at 03 half? And here in the 5-year, some pushing. So they might be trying to flip it here. Okay, so they're trying to push it, and the iceberg absorbed it again. Whew. Oh boy. It's quite a bit. But we are awfully high. I mean, it's not like they don't have a reason to sell it. So it's nice that they fixed the 2 year, but now can we get it fixed to?
Twitch, Whispill, you're cute.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very. I don't know. That's not the sort of thing that people normally come in and tell me, but I'll take it. In real life, people tell me that, but not on stream. Never. No. Man, is it gonna go?
Twitch, Whispill, laughing face.
This is quite unusual action for a Monday. So if you guys are new, this is like Monday is usually pretty quiet because like Tuesday the banks are kind of getting themselves all ready. They're capitalizing themselves and everything so that they can make moves on Wednesday, and then on Wednesday we move because everybody makes their moves and the stock market goes and then we react to that. But Monday it's normally pretty quiet. But we had this news that in
Twitch,
Europe,
Whispill, I don't know why I'm here, really, lol.
it's totally um it's because fate has brought you here so you can learn how to make money. That's why you're here. Trust me. So we have this news come out, weak numbers out of Europe, and we move up huge move up. Is a really a huge move up. And so they're trying to retrace that move. But there's these huge icebergs at 03.5. And look, there's an uptick. Ooh, and it's a strong uptick. They stacked 2,000 on it, right? So they're holding it here. This is a lot more exciting than a usual Monday is. So I'm a little. I have mixed feelings because on one hand I got a good signal and it's telling me to go long and it's still telling me long, but there are clearly people on both sides willing to do it. And look, somebody stacks at 040. So let me try and explain some.
Twitch, Whispill, do you use Gmail? The people I know who use Bitcoin tend to use Proton Mail or Tutanota.
Well, I have a Proton Mail as well. I kind of use I use Gmail for all of the spam, and only do the Proton Mail for top secret correspondence. No, not really do much with that, but. And I do, if you check the Patreon, we post some Bitcoin charts too. And this right here, this chart is
Twitch,
Bitcoin.
Whispill, same.
This chart right here is Bitcoin on the CME futures. So you can see below 10K, is kind of a big deal. So we'll see if they actually extend from here this time and have like a sell week, or if we'll just, bounce back up tomorrow like we have been. No, but let me try and explain the rest of this screen for you. Where is my pen? Here it is. So see this column right here, that's the price. And the way that we price treasuries is in 130 seconds. So the ZB, you see how it goes 28, 29, 30, 31, and then back to 0. So that's, 31, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 0, right? And then in the 10-year, we do the same thing, except for that it's 64ths, so we go by halves. So we go 4, 4 half, 5, 5 half, and then you can see when we get to 31 half, it goes back to 0. Okay? But, what the exact price is, it doesn't matter. Just remember, one tick, 10-year, $15.63. Okay? That's this column right here. And then this blue column, those are people looking to buy at a specific price. We call those limit orders. People looking to sell at a specific price. Those are limit orders, limit offers. Okay. And then the orders in the middle, right here, are the market orders hitting into those, right? These are the buys and these are the sells. So you can see 5,000 have sold into 04 and they have not been able to make it go offer. And there are 1693 sitting on the offer. They could try hitting that up and taking us bid. We have gone bid here at 04 half briefly, but they didn't get enough into 05 to take it up. Alligator, not sure they can hold 03 half, undecided, but VWAP 0, my best guess, maybe after this pullback right now. It is kind of acting a little different from what I'm used to. Normally, if this trade work out, we would probably, you get a little bit of a rush at some point. But it seems like the selling continues, the iceberging continues. Democrat lawmaker Trump discussing Biden in a call with Ukraine president on unimpeachable offense. No, it's not. I could be wrong, but I don't think that talking about Joe Biden is impeachable. Now, if he had a quid quo pro, that would be impeachable. But Ukraine said that they didn't feel pressured at all. So, I don't know. Maybe Joe Biden shouldn't do things that are investigatable. That seems like the real scandal to me. This story is really weird to me. Because to me, I'm like, I read that and I'm like, well, you would think that Democrats wouldn't want to talk about that because that's their frontrunner. But maybe they want to talk about it because they don't really want him to be their frontrunner. I could be wrong. I still have money on Booty Judge getting a late run. We'll see. We'll see. He doesn't seem to be picking up
YouTube
much traction.
IQ Demo Nuts Biden.
Demo nuts Biden, right? I mean, listen, if Biden becomes the nominee, he's done. I mean, that would be a complete disaster if, with this story out there and Biden became the nominee. That's worse. I think that story is worse than Clinton's emails, right? It's worse than Clinton's emails.
YouTube IQ they fucked then.
Yep, they're screwed if he becomes their nominee. So the only moderate, well, he's not really a moderate, but on the moderate track, the only other person on that track is Pete. So I think advantage Pete. But I don't know, he's not picking up traction.
YouTube wrong ZHGM.
Hey, good morning, wrong. I'm wondering, has the Chinese media said anything about trade war stuff? I did see. So this thing, I have to scroll down here. We were really focused on Friday night about the Chinese didn't stick around for their trip. Here we go. Robert Lighthizer office didn't find out about China's plan to visit farm states until the trips were set up and then asked the Chinese delegation not to go, one person said. The Chinese were told this is because of domestic reasons. So, maybe it's not such a big deal. I don't know. So we did go bid 04 half and a few orders are hitting 05. If we start taking 05 bid, then we would start seeing people panic, I think. Because that was a lot of people that sold through that iceberg. You've got all of these guys went short here, and one big guy almost, well, who knows, a couple of big guys holding it all by themselves. So, yeah, it could go. Look at the cumulative delta on that. See that? Yeah, they're going to start panicking now. I mean, that was almost 20,000, right? It was 14 to 7. Really? Well, let's see if this one runs or not. The problem is that you've still got a lot of resistance points on the upside that could stop us. There's another. Notice how they're taking them bid without a whole lot of contracts now? Before we were trading 10,000 contracts. Now that time to take '06, 720 contracts. That's very good for us, right? That means sellers are getting out of the way. And because we were able to get up here with so few contracts, and there are still 20,000 contracts to puke, I think that our target up at 08.5 is looking pretty okay. Although anytime that we get 4 ticks, we need to be thinking about maybe taking it off. Real clear politics. Come back, never Trumpers. All is forgiven. Oh boy. I don't know who's supposed to be saying that. Is that supposed to be Donald Trump saying that? Because I think that that is totally the way that Trump world looks at it. Okay, so they took '06 offer. There was a few contracts willing to hold it. That was an unusual way for a move like that to end. Okay, so they take a bid again. This is not normally how a move like that would end. I think that we might continue up a little bit after going back and forth a bit. Sometimes they need to distribute a little bit. And that 05.5 looking a little weak. Okay, and they take that one too. It fought back a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit. Okay, so that kind of action could just be robots. It's been doing this a lot lately where they try and take it and they're not able to make it stick either way. Let's reset this. I don't see the 5-year doesn't look like, they're going to take a Draghi to deliver introductory statement at the hearing before the Committee on Economic and Monetary Affairs of the European Parliament. As I understand, Community Union will also roll in behind Unison and back today's Brexit motion, committing Labour to remain. These things slowly edging in that direction ahead of this afternoon's votes on Brexit motions, of course.
YouTube, Algo Lover, 8:11 a.m. Algo Lover, ZN a hold above 130, 25 targets 130, 105. If 130.025 fails before trading up to that target, then anticipate a deeper pullback nerd face.
Yes, I saw that earlier. Interestingly enough, that's exactly where I have my stop. But we're getting all this crazy iceberging all through here. Held this bid. A new trailer for Frozen has been released, guys. Oh, I have to go watch that. Actually, you know what? To be honest, I don't like that show. Is that bad to not like that show? Here's my problem with that show. 7, I switched my bias. If we hit '07. Just being me says. Yeah, I'd say it's still pretty tense. So here's what I don't like about Frozen. Elsa is the bad guy. Obviously, in case you're not aware of this, they like rewrote the movie. So Elsa was originally going to be the bad guy, and then they wrote this song for the bad guy, and they're like, "This song is so great, we should make her a good guy." And so they rewrote the whole show to make Elsa not bad, but she's still the bad guy. Like she ran away. She neglected her royal. She is queen of a kingdom. She just runs off. You kidding me? You kidding me? She's the good guy? No, she's the bad guy. And then her sister comes to go and help, and she is violent towards her sister. Throws her out with this giant snowman guy. Right? Dereliction of duty. Um, not respecting family, violence. She's the bad guy. And that everybody treats us like, oh, she's empowered and this is so good. Bullshit. Sorry. Leaving a whole country hanging. That's not no, not okay. So what was the word like your your self actualization and your duty to country shouldn't have to be in conflict. Just personally, you know, maybe just me, but maybe that's just not something we should be teaching kids. I think. I know I go like way too deep into it, but that's why I don't like that movie. But maybe they'll fix it in the second one. We can only hope because you know I don't want to have to you know. Well, I guess my the next kid is going to be a boy, so maybe he won't care so much about that show. They going to tick up again, or are they going to fight them? They're playing the game. They're playing the which way are we going to go? Oh, look. The offer pulled. Oop, no, the bid pulled now. Oh, they're going to trade down. Should note the E-mini has been moving down through a lot of that, and now they've kind of had a pullback to this 88 area. So if the E-mini decides to start selling some more, then we could, of course, continue back up. But Deutsche Bank on Germany's climate change fiscal stimulus. The net impact next year will be 0.25% of GDP at best, disappointing those who hoped it would have been a countercyclical package by stealth. Dollar shortages ease, but banks signal 66 billion funding shortfall in Fed repo operation. So it's not QE because even though the Fed will permanently increase its balance sheet, and even though the Fed is buying treasuries in the open market, it could be even bigger. Got that? Zero Hedge commenting that. Just being me pointing out that there's no real velocity here. It's just churning. He is correct. It is just churning.
YouTube Ace Trades morning.
Hey, Ace. I wonder if Ace is going to go short here. Or is he going to go long? If he goes long, I might have to rethink some things. By the way, Ace, you tell me, you don't have to answer right now, but you tell me, and maybe come back tomorrow and tell me if you're available Tuesday night, because I finally got, everybody's going to be gone. The kids are going to be gone. My wife's going to be working. So Tuesday night, which is my non-gym night, is free. So if you're free, that would be a good time to meet up. And now they're going to try and tick back up. No, yes, no, maybe.
YouTube Ace Trades. I'll ask the boss.
Awesome, thank you. Then when you can, and I'll come down to you, probably. I'll come down to you. Okay, 05 goes bid, but only 300 contracts to bid it. Oh boy. I don't know. Maybe that trade at 04 was somebody taking profits or something. Maybe they just took their hedge and now they're okay with whichever way it goes. But it's just awfully odd to me that after they put so much effort into trying to pull us up, that nobody is panicking. 20,000 contracts, nobody's panicking. Obviously, if they trade 07, then it would start to get ugly. But and I am seeing here down at the bottom, I am getting another signal saying potentially long. Somebody's pushing it again. Am I reading that right? Yes, sir. Somebody's pushing it again down here. Okay. They took an offer again, and now the 04 half is looking weak. From the Financial Times, Google's claim of quantum supremacy is indefensible. It's just plain wrong, says Dario Gill, head of research at IBM. That's interesting. So, did you hear about this story yesterday? Google claims that they now have a 53 qubit
YouTube ace
quantum
trades.
computer.
You mean speculator Seth?
What's the name of Seth's live YouTube? It's Speculator Seth, yes. I'm Speculator Seth everywhere. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. Well, now that 04 looking week is making me nervous. It's making me nervous. And the E-mini is buying. Mm-hmm. And yeah, most people watch on YouTube for some reason. So, well, not for some reason. It's more discoverable platform on YouTube, and we're kind of an older audience, so they don't care so much about Twitch. But there are some advantages to Twitch, so I still stream to Twitch. Well, that's all I can handle. Watch them push back up and make a new high. And I'll be all like super, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But I just don't like that price acting like that. That kind of says to me that maybe there isn't actually a trade there. I've never actually seen it, when we start to get outsized pushing kind of behavior. Excuse me. When we start to get that pushing kind of behavior, it's a little weird for them to start ticking back and forth like that. Alligator says, I feel like a washing machine. Scratch and wait. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, you could still try buying it here if you wanted, but yeah. Well, that uptick was a little bit better. So let's just remember the original buy was at 05, right? And the E-mini is being pretty churny as well. I feel like normally we would have already gotten a trade over there in the E-mini, but it doesn't look particularly fertile for a trade, does it? We did get a little bit of an outsized thing when we moved down, so I suspect that the E-mini might try and move up. And then that might push treasuries down.
YouTube Ace Trades looking at a short at 2990.25.
Okay. He still he does see a short. Well, I really want to join him, but that's not necessarily the spot where I would normally get in. Okay.
YouTube Ace Trades fingers crossed maybe a point or so.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can see getting a point. At 89.25, I think, has a pretty good chance of trading. If my read in the Treasuries was more clear, then I would maybe have done it. Like if I was really confident that they were gonna hold this and buy back up again, I gotta tell you though, if that happens, you could be catching a really good short. A little bit of iceberging into 04 half now though. Bid? Only 400, huh? Churn until PMIs, perhaps. Yes. Oh, do we have some? Did I miss? I just kind of assumed that's Monday that we typically don't have.
YouTube Ace Trades tight stop got to fire up the stove.
Gotcha. Oh, we do have flash manufacturing PMI in 45 minutes. So we really could just churn here for a while. Explosion in Austria in a supermarket. One dead, 9 wounded. Is that correct? Austria, yes. Hmm. Bund has no real volume going through it either. Well, that uptick kind of excited me, but it was probably, I think I jumped the gun there. And these bids are at 03 half, 06 half, which basically means nothing. Downtick. Five-year having a hard time holding that, huh? Going back and forth there a lot, in fact. We're very close, 500 contracts away from a new point of control as well. New volume point of control. Okay, now they're holding the bid. It's close. Gonna flip it. Nope. Okay. Interesting. But 5 years still. Look at that. Huh. Oh. You wanted more. It was like 7 and they didn't hit it, and then they stacked and then they sold it. So that's not good. That means that the seller really does have control here in this area. School resource officer under investigation for arresting 2 children ages 6 and 8. Okay, that's a really bizarre headline. There's that Rocky speech. Like I said, that one. It's unfortunate that I took as much as I did, because I almost immediately when I took that one, I was like, nope, that's not the way. That's not what's supposed to happen. Bloomberg also reporting now China's cancellation of a plan to visit 2 farms in the American heartland was done at the request of the United States. I'm going to put that in my headlines. And it looks like Ace got his point. I wonder if he just left it there or if all he did was... Let's see what he says when he comes back. But it did work out. Interestingly enough, though, they came down a point, but the treasuries are coming down as well. Well, I'm sitting here looking at it, and I'm like, it looks like the seller has control. Maybe they're going to try and push the bottom of the range. If they push out the bottom of the range, I still wouldn't necessarily be super excited. Maybe that means that they're going to continue to trade within this range within a tick or two until the numbers here in 30 minutes or so. But I already got burned here once. So, yeah. Gonna sit on my hands. Maybe for the rest of the day, in fact. Well, nah, I think probably that PMI data is going to be important, right? Anthony Crudeli. Mondays are important to me because they set the tone for my week. I ease my way into the week. I don't over anticipate anything. Don't anticipate it will be busy. Don't anticipate it will be slow. Breathe, watch, learn. Let the market tell you what kind of day and week it will be. So, is Anthony saying that it will be an incredibly churny and slow and frustrating week.
YouTube ace trades back just in time to cover the trade. Move my target down a bit.
Okay, cool. So you took some profits and you're gonna let it run. Iran's Zarif says meeting with Trump isn't possible at this time. Did the speech reader just read that? I can't even recall now. See it synthesizing stuff. And tick up. After all that, oh yes, and of course. So here's the thing: like we're sitting here forever. Is it gonna tick somewhere? It ticks up, and then when it ticks up, what's the first thing they do? Somebody says it back down, and then it ticks back up.
YouTube ace trades 2 points delivered like the milk used to be.
You know, you can still get milk like that in Utah, right, Ace? Them winter dairy guys, that is good milk. I'll tell you what, their milk just straight up tastes better. I'm not even kidding. It is good stuff. It is delivered fresh. You like, if you have the extra cash. I don't do it.
YouTube ace trades Winder Dairy.
Winder Dairy, yep. Winder. Have you ever met, we did, oh my gosh, this was several years ago, and when Mike Winder was running for the Senate race, or not for Senate, for county mayor. He was running for county mayor, and I was a delegate, and my ex-wife, she just came along, and we went to the one debate, and she thought that Mike Winder was just the greatest, he agreed with me on all the issues. He was my guy. She's like, I want to work for him. So she helped his campaign. She wasn't working at the time, so she helped her campaign, and we got to know him really well. And then she got to know his sister, Amy, who I think is on the county council now. I don't know what she's doing. It's been a while. Once I moved out of Salt Lake County, I kind of stopped following what was going on. But they're such great people, and their milk tastes so good. Their milk tastes so good. Anyways, but then he lost because for you guys non-locals, he was mayor in West Valley City, and when he was mayor, he would take notes of the city council meetings, and then he would submit them to the local newspaper as a reader submission about the notes for the meeting.
YouTube ace trades it is good milk. My sister gets it. I'm WAYYYYYY too cheap to pay for someone to deliver it.
Right. Right. It is quite a bit more expensive, isn't it? Anyways, the problem is that he would send those notes in under a pen name because they couldn't do it as a reader submission if they knew that it was the mayor doing it, because that would be some bias or something. And honestly, there was nothing like, it was a pretty cold analysis of what happened in their pretty cold notes, but they made a big deal out of it, and that was why he lost. It was quite unfortunate. And then that Ben McAdams guy got put in.
YouTube ace trades plus often going to the store as my only interaction with adults during the day.
Right. You see, this is why I'm afraid to day trade full time. I think if I got to the point where I was making, enough money to completely handle everything through trading, which would be a pretty big bill. But if I had ever gotten to that point, I think I would still need to have another job. I could just maybe not program. I could do something that involves more interaction with people, like selling cars or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if I want to sell cars because you kind of have to lie to people to do that. But because I would just stay in the house all day, and then like when I'm done with my training, I would just make music. No, that wouldn't be healthy.
YouTube ace trades, 5 points, and ace
Did you
straight.
get 5 points out of that? Good job. No, wait, what was it? 90. Oh yeah, no, it was 5 points. Good job. I'm it's kind of funny because I thought that was going to be too far, but it actually ended up being kind of within the range that it's been trading in the E-mini, isn't it? But the treasuries are still being really difficult for me. I don't know if they're going to give us another trade until the PMI data. They're just kind of churning around here. It was funny that how long they sat there at the 0403 half and then finally traded back up and everything. So this is where it makes it look like it's going to do something and then nobody actually cares. It's not really great action. I took 2 in there, gave up. Sometimes I would remember days where I would try an area like that 4 or 5 times. The gig economy's newest entrant just launched with 11 million in funding. Hmm. Hmm. I can see oil is volatile this morning as usual. Well, I don't know. I mean, another thing we should consider is this is probably like a distribution area after that huge move up in the morning. So it could just continue to do this. I think that first trade that we caught that went 4 in our favor was probably the best you were going to get today. Oh, it only went 3 in our favor, it says. Hmm. Sports betting isn't a big win for states after all, says Yahoo. The thing reminds me of the political betting. There was ooh, they just sold through 03 half very aggressively. Let's see if they move now. Yeah, the political betting website that I've used, the Predict It, there was a submission on the Predict It subreddit, guy claiming that he had made $22,000 and they won't give it to him. I wonder. I mean, I don't think that exchange is pushing all that much money, but 20,000 makes sense. They can't even come up with $20,000, really? Or he's lying. Maybe he's lying. Let's see how that. I gotta double check on that one today. See if anything comes from it. Hmm. Draghi, strong monetary policy response was essential. ECB decided on a comprehensive package. Should note, by the way, at 03.5 was another spot that there was. No, that's a new one. So 04.5, 04. Then they decide to attack 03.5. There is also an iceberg at 03.5. Lot of selling through here.
YouTube, J constant, Bitcoin looks bullish to me. It just isn't able to go below 9K.
Well, I would never read an instrument having
YouTube, Ace trades at J constant. I'm sure you are right.
right. I would never read an instrument behavior around a specific thing as bullish or bearish just based on the movement or ability or lack thereof to go above or below, right? Like here we had at this thing, there was a lot of absorption at 05, 04 half, and I was getting some reversal signals, so I took it. It worked out, but only for a few ticks. You know, that's not... Was that really like, oh, it was bullish? Now we're back and we're below it again. That's not unlike what has happened here in Bitcoin, right? There was a level, they pierced it, they came back up. Now they're down at the low again. This could go lower in the treasuries. They could reverse here. They're still trading a lot of volume and there's still a lot of selling.
YouTube, Dojo, I made almost 3x on Pence to win. Trump to win was sold out. I could only put on $158 though.
And now what is your payout if you win though?
YouTube, Ace trades, 13 watching now. Folks, hit that like button and subscribe.
Yeah, do we have 13? I would say it's still a little slow for a Monday, don't you think? Which is, it doesn't
YouTube,
necessarily
J constant,
matter.
BTC backed launched today.
So, why does anybody care about BAKKT? Are you planning on trading on that exchange? Is there somebody out there that they're willing to trade
Dojo,
on?
I think it was about $463.
Oh, really? No way. Because is he only going for like 30%? They have to be. They're not giving you. They're giving you way too good of a risk reward for that one. I think if my Pete one wins out, then I get like 4 times, almost 4 times my money, more than 4 times my money. But he's not picking up any traction. I wasn't even looking for him to win. I was just like, okay, he's pretty low right now. We'll buy it. He should get a little bump in the polls, and then we can just sell after the first bump. Nope, hasn't moved at all.
YouTube, Dojo. This was back in the previous election. YouTube, Ace trades, got a couple still on, locked in at 2 points plus a tick for commission, going to hold through the cash open.
Ooh, okay. Well, yeah, if you got 5 points from it, why not? It is giving me the push again. I've never quite seen it like this. It's pushed now, I want to say 3-4 times. And almost every time that it does it, it's pointing down. And then it doesn't really go. Well, we got some news coming, right? So normally an action like this would make me like suspicious, like somebody's doing something. There's gonna be something news come out later, you know. And then when the news comes out, we say, did they know? Because that was some interesting action before. But today, I'm just starting to feel like that's just the mode they're going into. It's kind of the end of the month, you know? They might just be in that churny mode. That's probably not a good time to be putting on risk. Probably not.
YouTube, J Constant, sorry last Bitcoin question, is 9K now like the 6K level before?
Oh, I would certainly say that's true. Like, they held it forever and it seemed like that they should be going through, and then they never did, and then all of a
YouTube
sudden
Ace
one day it
Trades
just
at J
went.
Constant, if you think it is, then it is.
All of a sudden one day it just went. Yeah. It's totally doing the same thing, but here's the caution, right? That doesn't give it any probability of it going up or down. The only thing that, in my opinion, gives it a probability of moving down is the fact that compared to activity on the blockchain, we are still high. But these guys with printing out the tether and everything are basically turned it into a zero-sum gambling game. They can move it either direction from here. And so it probably depends more than anything, it probably depends on which way people put positions on, right? If a bunch of people decide to buy it here and go along, then they're probably going to push it down a little bit lower to stop them out, and vice versa. It just depends on which way an exchange liquidation makes more sense for them. Okay, a little bit of movement here in the Treasuries on the E-mini open, and the E-mini pushing down just a little bit. I need to minimize Bitcoin
YouTube,
here.
J Constant, but the tether printing is not in the billion SW but millions.
Well, I think that each print is hundreds of millions, right? The last one that I saw was like 100 million. Let's go check that. Do you think this BAKKT volume, now 29 Bitcoin, is even all legitimate? Consider how much more pathetic it would look to have volume less than 10 Bitcoin. From a marketing standpoint for an exchange, do you think they had no measures in place for cosmetics and hope for the exchange to get the ball rolling? No, it's not unusual at all. We'll respond to them. I'm looking for the last time that there was a print. I'd have to go find the other Twitter account. I forget what it is. The Whale Watcher. Well, they're trying to push into 5 again. E-mini's certainly pushing down. I don't have it. It's in the hundreds of millions. So I'm not quite sure what you mean by tether printing is not in the billions. Like, why would that matter? That's still a lot of money compared to the actual dollars being put up there, right?
YouTube, J Constant, they not even printed 1 billion, that's not even 1% of BTC market cap.
How much is in Tether? What is the market cap of Tether? The market cap of Tether is $4 billion, dude. Okay? So don't say that it's not billions and that it's only a small percentage of it, okay? Bitcoin is 178 billion market cap. 4 billion of that is Tether. Okay? What percentage of that Tether? Let's say half of that Tether is backed. That's $2 billion in Bitcoin price, but you really can't use that kind of a math, I guess, because it's going to come down to like when that goes down and it starts to sell and it starts to bear, how far is this going to go? You're probably better off using, you know, a move like that is probably going to be an 80% loss, probably. Anyways, if I come in here and run my numbers. E-mini now trying to push up a little bit. And look at how quickly those treasuries churn around off of it, too. So it's telling me that the lower bound in Bitcoin is 37 right now. We're still at 136. So we're still overbought. 100 would be like, in my opinion, a normal market, the most that it should get.
YouTube Ace trades out. I'll take that trade all day. Done for the day.
Not bad. So you just got, in the end, 5 points. That's good. Good job. I trade taking it on Friday. I took one when it was getting all crazy. And I caught one that was really good. And then I caught a bunch that were bad. And then I caught another one that was really, really good. But when it all came out, it was actually minus $20, I think. Yeah, it sucked. I was a little mad at myself. I was like, I shouldn't have taken that many trades. Oh, yes. Yes, here, comment. I'm going to type here.
YouTube stickball sup. YouTube Ace trades at stickball. What's up? YouTube J Constant. I'll be right back. Need to change my diaper. YouTube stickball. The skymate.
How's it going, Stick? Sorry, I was typing there. It when it came up there, I was like, oh, maybe they are gonna go and I'm gonna miss it. No, they're still trading 0.4 You see do you see this game they play with us? This is all just an elaborate ruse to get us to take a trade in there so that they have liquidity, because there's no reason for it to move. I wish I had realized that one trade earlier so that I hadn't taken that second one. Now, thoughts. If that's true, If that's true, then that means that this price here, this point of control 130.04 half, is the new balance. So that probably puts our range. Hold on. It probably puts our range something like here to here. And this is the middle. We could do this. Which means good probability at some point after this retraces a little bit. Certainly if they retrace to like 31. And then maybe we could move higher. Trying to, my ear seems a little plugged. Trying to yawn it out. To paraphrase the ECB, the fate of global capital markets is in the banks of striking students who demand Germany start selling trillions in debt to fix the weather. Oh boy. Well.
YouTube, Stickball, is it Sunday there?
No, it's Monday. It's Monday everywhere now. It's Monday everywhere. Yeah, the sad thing is that I wouldn't be opposed to investment in climate change type stuff, except for that the government is so bad at it. You know what I mean? Just as an example, how many, if Germany ends up doing this, how much
YouTube,
money?
Stickball, about to go Tuesday here in 20 minutes.
Oh, really? Where are you at? You in the middle of nowhere? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're over in. Yes, that's right.
YouTube, Stickball, 11:41 p.m.
11:41.
YouTube, Ace Trades at Stickball till Tuesday. I'll see her tomorrow.
You stay up late for us, Stick. Shouldn't you be asleep? I would be asleep. Man. It still looks dead. I'm kind of noticing that one of the better tells is actually
YouTube,
the 5-year.
Stickball, woke up at 4 p.m. today.
When you look at the 10-year always looks like it's gearing up ready to go. But when you look at the 5-year, the 5-year will often have like those way over extensions and things like that. But when you look at the chart, it's actually relatively calm. Okay, so there's a tick up and a tick down. They might try it here. Let's see. The funny thing is we may end up being right. I mean, gosh, there are still a lot of contracts that need to go long. But we got this news coming out here, so let's pull that up. I'll spare you guys the rant on inefficient government spending for now. For now, we'll get back to it. You're still not safe. Okay, so we're looking for a flash manufacturing PMI of 50.3 and a services PMI of 51.1. Draghi Q&A growth outlook has been constantly deteriorating. And I wonder if maybe the market is being this way because of Draghi is speaking, as could be another part of it. 1 minute. Need to figure out what I upgraded Discord or OBS today, and it still didn't fix my browser source. A little upset. Why you no work?
YouTube, stickball, do you look at order flow speed as an indicator? I.e. the speed of the tape.
Sure, absolutely. Especially if it gets a little too fast. Okay. So the number must be good. Haven't received it yet. No, it doesn't like me. Still not giving it to me. Okay, I see 51 for manufacturing and services
YouTube,
50.9.
stickball, what about quote pulling and adding frequency?
So, I mean, those are all things. I don't necessarily wouldn't look at any one particular thing as like more important than the others. The thing I'm going to get stopped out there, aren't I? Oh, come on.
YouTube, ace trades, at stickball, what about
Surprised.
coconut oil and essential oils?
What about coconut oil and essential oils? What? So, when I think of it, the main thing that I'm looking for is a lot of orders being placed and not getting filled. That's the biggest. That's the situation that I look for the most. Okay.
YouTube, stickball, oh I thought you meant like you had an indicator to objectively observe how it changes over
Oh,
time.
no, no, no. Well, we do. I mean, so for stacking and pulling, there's these histograms in Jigsaw. My price did not turn out the way that I wanted it to, and look at the thickness here. I don't know. I'm wondering if all of that selling that maybe they were playing the PMI and they should be happy, but it's not going. But I don't really have anything to show you like the pace of it so much. You can just kind of watch it. But the speed, I think of it more of velocity. And if we start to get extremely high velocity and I can see that they are pushing, then that's the situation where I might try and take a reversal. But it has to be like obscenely high velocity. Well, they're stacking that at 05. I wonder why my cumulative delta here is so messed up. There we go. Okay. Well, they're still pushing up. The numbers were kind of mixed, right? The manufacturing was 51 versus a expected 50 spot 3, and the services was 50 spot 9 versus an expected 51 spot 5. So services didn't do as well, and flash manufacturing did better. So maybe it's a wash. But the way that they moved, I hit into it as they went. I guess I just got a poor price.
YouTube, ace trades, if the S&P hits 2991.00, might be a spot to go short.
Really? Well, I could take that one. In fact, let me get it ready. Now, that might be a little too far. It's kind of come a little bit too far from it, hasn't it? Jogging a temporary slowdown, deeper, more prolonged than expected. Feels confused. Composite better. Employment weak. Food for everybody. Not sure it goes that far beyond overnight high and low. Hmm.
YouTube, Lucas, hi all. YouTube, Ace Trades, looks like it just going to keep moving up.
Well, yeah. Nah, it looks ready to sell. From the thing that I look for, granted, we did have news there, so of course it's going to have more activity, but it is showing me way extreme movement, and the treasuries are buying quite significantly up above where we want. I mean, if we had kept our original trade at 05, we would be like 2 ticks away from that target, right? So for the E-mini to also be going up is a little unusual, but that might be moving because Draghi said something dovish. So there's our target after all. That sucks. Really sucks. This could go so much higher. There's so much more volume to come through. Well, they didn't do what I wanted there. This might be where the treasuries do it. Sorry, not the treasuries, the E-mini. This might be where they turn.
YouTube, Stickball, Bitcoin just been going sideways for the past 7 hours. Open interest has increased 40 million within that time, currently at 990 million, approaching 1 billion open interest, either pump or dump Inc.
That's interesting that they're going to set it up in this kind of an area in Bitcoin, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, I want to take it right here. That second order never got filled. That sucks. Look at it go. Somebody big is going to be getting stopped out here in the treasuries. Wow, wow, wow. It's a shame that we couldn't have gotten that first bit of it, though. Well, so there was an uptick. Hmm. Oof. So E-mini's starting to do weird things. 4 ticks up, 4 ticks down, almost just like that. Treasuries kind of ranging around, could probably continue up again, but there might take a little breather here first. There's another uptick.
YouTube, stickball on Friday. YouTube, stickball, interesting how money started pouring into Bitcoin before S actually dumped.
Yeah, because, well, I think that everybody was trading the trade uncertainty trade, and
YouTube, Greg Orlovsky, Fed speaker on overnight problems.
but the E-mini did not go because there was some other flow things that prevented them from really moving. And so they were late to the trade and never really truly went. Although they did sell into the close. Hmm.
YouTube, stickball, seems like insider info.
And you never know. And certainly there's multiple explanations for everything, right? Okay, now we're getting a few favorable ticks in our E-mini trade. And the Treasuries still looking like they want to keep buying. They're squeezing. There's a good 20,000 contracts or so that could buy. They're just going to squeeze them. Get our trade in a second. How far can, well, we got that 130.20 up there.
YouTube, Lucas, maybe we see 130 before noon.
Totally possible, dude. I think the next naked point of control is at 130.20 or so. I think that that's a really good spot to go for. There's also this high from this move at 130 that you mentioned. We should put this here. The way that this is moving, I might be able to get more than 8. I should probably just leave it on. Because there's such a massive imbalance here. Like, really, this is just a crazy massive imbalance. So, to the insider info thing, the way that the Treasuries traded this whole time, it was, it looks like somebody's going long here. And remember earlier I said, well, this seems like that somebody's taking a trade like they know something, but then it's just not doing anything, so maybe there's nothing to it. Now that we're doing this, we have to look back at it again and go, okay, maybe. But then the other question is, well, the PMI was initially down, and now they're moving higher based off of what exactly? Maybe something Draghi said? I don't know. but I didn't actually see like a huge news headline to be had that would have been like a no-brainer trade that somebody, you know, looked like they had been able to front run, you know? In fact, if anything, this looks like a stop run. A stop run that is not even gone through 10% of its full course. I'm wondering, Algo Lovers, what was Algo Lovers levels in the E-mini? 2970 to hold the range for any potential bit higher. If 2970 breaks before trading to new high, then expect a deeper pullback. And they never broke that, but they're going to go for it this time. Okay, so there you go. Now there's a big old order up at 12. There's a couple of people taking profits in front of it. This ES trade is working out great. The 10-year, still not into 12 yet. It's clicking a lot. That stacking and pulling, a lot of that is happening at 10.5. So they might be throttling it, trying to push it up through. And probably some at 10 pulled, yep. Makes me feel a little like I want to do something, you know? I want to be like, well, maybe I should take it off at 11. But I just kind of know the way things have been going that there's a really good chance if I just hang on long enough that they're going to make another new high. It's unfinished at 11.5 as well. Okay, so now ES is pushing more new lows. Five-year not quite well positioned.
YouTube, Lucas, just ask if you would go short at the same spot you would cover your long hee.
Oh, I don't know if they're the same thing. I think that you have to see. Well, I don't know. I have to think about a good justification of the way that I do it, because to me, you have to see something stronger for you to put risk on the table than you do to take risk off of the table, right? So to me, like the iceberg that we saw at 11
YouTube
half.
Lucas, true.
Iceberg we saw at 11 half. I think there was like 3,000 traded up there. That's always a potential exit. You know, like I look at that as like, okay, that's like an exit. And then I have to sit and say, okay, could I buy 11 half and make money? And I just, with the way that it's been trading, the way that the E-mini is, the imbalances, and everything else, I say, yeah,
YouTube stick
probably.
val, not false.
Not false. I suppose that it's not like there's a right or wrong way to do that, but that's the way that I do it. GOP primary challenger Bill Weld accuses Trump of treason, raises prospect of death penalty. What a load of bullcrap, dude.
YouTube Ace Trades, Seth, did you go short 2,991.00?
Oh, no, I went short 2,993.25. Yes. So it was going up, and I saw it doing my thing like really, really strongly, and you had already showed a point. I said, I can take it higher. So I took it. Now the question is just how far can I let it run? $30 is good. $30 is good. $50 is great. The low of the day is $50. Man, if this goes, let's start counting our chickens before they hatch, guys, okay? 2970 was the level that...
YouTube Ace Trades, nice.
Yeah, thank you. 2970 was the level that Algo Lover alerted us to. So that might be a spot to take it off at. That's down here. Oh, no. I think that if I get that, I take it. But okay. So I think we're in good shape to try and let this run. But we should be cautious. The opening price down here at what was the open? Oh, it didn't list it for me. Boo, why didn't it list the 29.85. Okay, so if we get to 29.85, they might have trouble there too. And the Treasuries are still not able to make that new high, although I think that after going sideways for a little bit, they're going to try. They just seem to be in that mood. Dudley, Fed doesn't really know how much reserve banks need. That's not confidence inspiring. I think they're going to have to put a lot of money out there. I'm concerned, guys. We discussed this on Friday, but let me just say that this liquidity crisis thing in the overnight funding on its own is not a big deal, okay? The Federal Reserve can handle it. It's not going to lead to a larger contagion or anything else like that. So it in and of itself is not a problem, okay? But the fact that it happened is kind of an indication of something else larger that really concerns me, and that is it appears that central bank policy is having trouble because of different economies doing well and not well. So the European economy is not doing very well. The US economy is doing pretty great. And so people are taking loans out in Europe because they get a negative interest rate, and then they're taking it over to the United States and investing it in the United States. And that is screwing up everybody's monetary policy. And that is one of the main reasons why they don't have a lot of liquidity for the overnight funding. It's because the Europeans are taking it all. So it counteracts the Federal Reserve policy at that point. It's not a positive thing, and that concerns me greatly. So it's not like we're on an edge of a crisis or anything like that, but it just kind of seems like something that could push and push and push until something breaks and then it does become a crisis. You know? Okay, so here around 29.86, they are slowing a bit. If I had multiple contracts, I think I would want to take one off here. I still think that the Treasuries could move higher. Okay. A little bit of a clicky tick up, but not a good bid when it did. The 5 years not quite showing itself ready. Though there is some absorption there. I just feel anxious, like I want to manage something because I'm afraid that it's going to come back. There's another swing low. Still not below the open price. New low in cumulative delta though, so when you get an imbalance like that, you never know. But I would say that the momentum is good. They probably will beat out the open price. Treasuries are starting to get a push, but part of that push is because it's been sitting here for so long. Hmm. 5-year ticked up. 10-year didn't do
YouTube
anything.
Lucas, it might, if it comes back I will have a hard time justifying along at 090 after how well it held at 11 to 115.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the thing is I didn't. It wasn't so much as they held as it was that they just kind of took a breather, you know. Now these tick downs are kind of making me wonder. They pushed down, it ticked down, and they were getting pushed. Then that might be a reversal and higher. I think is how I have to read that particular signal. But I have a position on already. I'm probably not in the most fair frame of mind to make that judgment. Well, I'm thinking though I might have to take it off here soon anyways because I have to drive the kids. You know what today is? This makes me mad. Today is teacher comp day. So even though the rest of us have to work, the kids have school off, which in Utah, for most people in Utah is not such a big deal, but my wife works. And, you know, there's the whole divorce arrangement and everything that she has to deal with, and so it's a pain. So I am going to take them to work before I go. So I should probably go start yelling at them to wake up, but it's no big deal. In fact, I can hear they are up. They're just not eating, which is okay. They can eat at their dad's house. in 15 minutes. I should go. So let's hope that it goes before then, huh? These ones in the 10-year, another thing is you'll get like a, ugh, so frustrating. This sort of thing. Big move up, and then what? They go sideways forever. And then sometimes they go boosh, and sometimes they go boosh, and it's like impossible for me to tell. It's impossible for me to tell. The only thing that I have in my favor is that back when we opened, we are still a good 10,000 or so, actually no, 15,000 or so contracts short. So there are still plenty of traders to squeeze higher. That is the main. That is the main uh, piece of evidence I think in favor of continuation higher. What would be the other side? Mm, well, it moved a lot for starters. There's an iceberg at 11 now. The E-mini is not falling out. What do you think? Should we take the 30? Hmm. ES still looks like this in the treasury. Let's wait for this thing in the treasury to go through. What's making me so nervous? No, I won't look at that one. Looking over here. Because I'm like, no, I want 30. Give me 30, please, sir. Don't turn around. I want you to go down. And they're like, we know where your shorts are from, Seth. We know that you want $30 from this trade. We're going to buy it up a little bit just so that you can't get $30. Just to try and get you to FOMO out so that we can push it lower and make you feel bad. I know how you work. I know how you work. See, look, they're doing it right now. And they broke through the iceberg at 11. Okay. Hearing some clicky clickies again. Can we tick up, please, in the 10-year? Okay. Well, that was a pretty good uptick that time. Wet. Look, the 30-year is so easy. It would be so easy. Just buy. Fine. Be an iceberg at 11. Gotta make everything hard. Okay, goes bid. Now we need to build a bid at 04 in the 5-year. And that would probably cause a 10-year to start buying them. They might do a little push and pull here. Ooh, look at that. Okay, okay. Did you see that buy in the 30-year? They bought two prices up and 895 hit into 12. I wonder if that was a stop. That was a lot. UK political journalist reporting that UK Labour leader Corbyn is expecting to lose upcoming vote on UK Labour Brexit position. Not so sure that the market cares about that, but we will monitor the situation. That's what they say on CNBC, right? We'll continue to monitor the situation. Buy it. Come on. I'm in full on cheerleading mode now. That must mean I'm really anxious if I'm cheerleading. Come on. Buy that. Now there's an iceberg going the other way. There is some orders at like 29.87 in E-mini. So there is a little bit of liquidity below us. So we may need to keep an eye on. Okay, they bought through 11 again. And 11 halves is still kind of looking weak, but people aren't hitting it. I mean, I'd be really surprised if they were able to clear that with only 1,000, but we'll see.
YouTube Algo Lover ZN 130 105 target trades okay hand.
It looks like they have enough juice to go higher. They're just not going for it yet, though. I suppose the E-mini's recovering here and kind of being like, hey, look, you can't make a new lower low. If the E-mini turns around and starts selling again, they're going to buy this. That 13 doesn't stand a chance. Who knows beyond that? Look, I just lost 8 ticks. Well, even more than that, because we could have almost got 40. So almost half of it. Stop it. Stop buying it.
YouTube
No.
Lucas, has anyone within your audience taken Gary Norton's course, Seth?
Hey, Lucas. So somebody has been messaging me because they asked me about it, and people will come and ask me about it because I posted in that Futures IO thread. And a guy was talking to me this past week, in fact, and he was taking the course. And of course, he didn't share me like all of the secrets, but he told me enough to try and get an idea, I guess, of what they're doing. And the big thing that I can report is that it is not an order flow strategy. It is, they're taking, um, they're making money off of the spread essentially, and it's not really based on order flow. Instead, it's based on ways to identify a price that is, as I would say, balanced, I guess, or value, and then knowing when a move away from it is, poorly placed orders, essentially.
YouTube Lucas, was it Popularity Matters?
No, who was it? Um, Has it been that long? His name in Discord was John3. So not necessarily one
YouTube,
of our
Uzi
regulars on
Knesset,
the
that
stream.
huge
But
order at 12 could be the end of the rally in ZB.
yeah, I think you might be right. I don't know. Well, there's an uptick again. But yeah. Well, the E-mini's turning again. Let's see if they're able to pivot here.
YouTube, Lucas Gary says it's strictly order flow and more a pure form of scalping. I became interested of his style. Want to read an end to the bull.
So I've read that book and I liked it. I would say
YouTube, Uzi Knesset, definitely a quality line in the sand.
yeah. The thing with that book is kind of like I am a trader writing something geared towards a general audience. So for most of you guys that have been trading for a bit, there's probably not a whole lot in that book that's going to like surprise you. But it's still a good read, and it's not like it's an expensive book or anything like that. But yeah, it's from what the description that I was given, it's not really order flow. You're not really looking at volume. Maybe it's more complicated than that. I'm sure it sounds like it's probably pretty complicated how they determine that sort of stuff. But okay, the 30-year definitely fell out there, but now I'm getting pushing again, so that might be all that they get. And the E-mini is pushing down again. Let's see if they... Does my wife just come back? She leave something? Or am I just hearing things? And the dogs are all
YouTube,
barking.
Lucas, I mean order flow is more than volume though, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's true. That's true. Okay, well, I got 3 minutes here. I wonder why my wife ended up having to come back. Oh, it's my mom. It's my mom.
YouTube, Algo Lover,
She doesn't
CN,
know
they
that they
hold
don't
bid
have
right
school
here with
today.
OA pullback. They'll attempt to trade 130, 140 nerd face.
Yeah, I think that they'll try and trade 140. Totally. Well, just again, look at the cumulative delta here. Look at how much got sold here, and they didn't go anywhere. They're getting stopped out higher, and not even half of that is stopped out. We could move up.
YouTube, Uzi Knesset, buyers trying to defend 08. There's
Yeah.
a chance for continuation now. Daily target is only 14, so I wouldn't be surprised if it tried.
That little spike right there says they're going to turn back up. Well, they did turn back up. The thing is you can always get a counter one, or it can always stop out of nowhere. But that's good for a few ticks. Sure, that one worked in ZB. E-mini is not really turning back down though. And Treasuries, I think, might be bidding up in anticipation of the E-mini selling again. What if they don't get it? Well, and there's like a few ticks up again. Uptick. That one's a little bit better. And look at the flow going into 4.25 in the 5-year. Ooh, so tense, guys.
YouTube, Stickball, Bitcoin NJUST dumped. YouTube, Uzi Knesset, first weekly target is 27, so if she explodes up, that's where I'd be snooping.
Yeah, Bitcoin did dump, but they didn't make a new low yet. New swing low in Bitcoin. You have no idea how difficult it is for me to sit in this and watch that. Because I'm like, I could have had 35. Hmm. Well, I think I have to think about taking that one off right there.
YouTube, Uzi Knesset, geez, I just peeked at Bitcoin ticker and saw that dump, lol. I couldn't trade that shit, man, lol.
Right? Guys, I'm so unhappy. I mean, I shouldn't be too upset. It's just like, I know enough in ES. I can certainly catch spots. But, where to get out in ES? So hard for me
YouTube,
to know.
Uzi Knesset, take it, bruh.
So hard for me to know, right? Take it, bruh. The thing is every time that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna click here, and then it does something like that where they go down 3 ticks, and you're like, oh, okay. This one in ZB, I mean, there's been enough at 11 for me to say, yeah, maybe you should get
YouTube,
out
Lucas, at Uzi Knesset, it gets easier to trade if you mortgage your house on it.
there. Oh, dude. Well,
YouTube, Uzi Knesset, haha.
that's what I need to do, guys. I'm not putting on enough risk. I need to put on 4 more contracts, and then it will go down. I can feel more confident. Because size is an edge, right? I'm going to move the mini market by selling 4 contracts. All right, well, it's past my time, so.
YouTube, Uzi Knesset, maybe 4,000 more contracts, lol.
Maybe 4,000 contracts, yeah. All right, well, what do we got to do over here? 3 and 3. That would have done it, but they're not, so. All right, so that actually means that we come out down for the day a little bit. I need to fix that. We get those, but that was the only one that was live, and we made $6. Okay. I guess it could have been so much better, huh? And they came just short of 32 ticks. It should have been more cautious there. Watch, they're gonna turn around now and push new lows as soon as I leave. You know it's gonna happen. Well, anyways, I had fun today. I think we could have a busy week, so let's not. And we had an okay read today too, so I think it could still end up being a good week. I will see you guys tomorrow, and in the meantime, stay profitable.